Carlos Prates is an elite fight finisher. Elite. If you get hurt at all, he is not. I will go out on a limb and say Carlos Prates will never, ever fimble.
Can't even say that, though. I know where you're going with it. You can't say it. He did it in the Ian Gary fight.
I don't think he fumbled it, though.
The finish. He fumbled the finish. Clear as day.
Well,
Ian was crawling around like a little serpent.
I think a little snake in the grass right there.
It was a snake in the grass. Carlos couldn't land a fucking finishing punch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy, JP. And in today's episode, we will be breaking down and going over every single fight for UFC 322 and then giving our prediction at the end of each breakdown. Stick around for that. But before we dive into it, we got a lot of new members of the community this past week. We appreciate you guys. Welcome to the Locked Door MMA community, the best UFC predictors in the business. JP, last weekend, a good little card. We've got some up-and-coming guys, some unknown guys that may have worked themselves into a little bit more popularity amongst the UFC fan base after last weekend. Let's talk about it a little bit before we dive into this weekend's pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, we've been asking for heavyweight entertainment, heavyweight something, because that division for the most part sucks. Josh Hockett is it for me. I mean, I know some people were like, this is corny, he's copying Chael. I don't care. I'm perfectly fine with it. Do whatever you gotta do. You know, bring some excitement. And then he's knocking the dude out, right? I mean, put Gimenez out cold. He was rocking him with bombs. Gimenez shot at one point, and he stuffed it and then circled around beautifully on his toes. And it was gorgeous to watch. It really was. Like we said, he's going to be athletic, an athletic freak, because dude played linebacker and all this shit in the NFL. But I'm down with it, dude. I'm so down with it. Calling out Walter Walker. I want to see it. I would love to see it. I don't know if I want to see it right now, though, because I still want the excitement for both guys to stay there. But who knows? But yeah, Lockett Morales did his thing. Got a sub. We said he'd KO him. That's fine. He's still got a finish. And then Taco Padilla, dog call. I know he was a popular dog, but I mean, I don't know why anybody in the right mind would back Ismael Bonfim. That dude sucks. All right, he's like a bat out of hell, and the gas is out, and that's all she wrote. So, yeah, not too bad. Record doesn't exactly indicate our betting success, that card, but betting went pretty good for that one, despite our record. But this card, God, I am so excited for this weekend, dude. Waking up Monday morning, knowing that we got a stacked, and I mean stacked pay-per-view this weekend. Such an easy week. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's certainly exciting. And speaking of betting, ladies and gentlemen, we got to be careful using that word. I don't know if YouTube's going to be okay with it, but TikTok sure isn't. But speaking of betting, we're going to do something special for you guys this weekend. So JP and I agreed. Every new subscriber this week will count towards $1 bet on the lock. Every comment is 50 cents, and every like on this video is going to be 50 cents that we will add up total and then put down on the lock pick. Stick around for that lock pick later in the video. We also have your free parlays, the basic, which hit last weekend, and JP's juicer coming your way at the end of the video. You don't want to miss it. I promise you that. So stick around throughout the course of this video. JP, we have an absolutely stacked pay-per-view on our hands this weekend. Like you had mentioned, probably one of the best UFC cards of the year on paper. Let's see if it lives up to the hype, but how could it not with some of these individuals on this card? I am so excited for it. Are you ready to dive into it? Because I sure am.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. This is so stacked.
Let's dive into this card. Hopefully you guys are ready. Let us know in the comment section if you're ready and excited for this weekend. Let us know who you're picking in the main card, the prelims, because I tell you, even the prelims have some absolutely stacked fights on it that I'm super excited for and looking forward to. First fight of the night, Vyacheslav Borschev, Slavoclaws, taking on Mateus Camilo.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy excitement. Absolutely stacked card. I could give a shit about this fight, okay? After all that hype up and shit, I don't like this fight. This fight sucks. Vyacheslav Borschev, I mean, the dude's 3-5-1 in the UFC, and then he's 8-6-1 in his full career. I don't know, man. He's a striker who's actually got a lot of power, kind of quick, just refuses to learn how to grapple. And he's training with Team Alpha Male, right? But it doesn't make sense to me because sometimes when I watch it, like when you watch the Tom Nolan fight, he kind of does have a little bit of takedown defense. And then there's other times where it just disappears randomly. It just makes no sense. It's there and then it's not. Camilo, look, he's the guy who fought the one dude who was at the press conference talking to Dana saying, sign me, sign me. Camilo fought that guy. He beat him. Then he fought Gabe Green. Camilo's a guy who likes to throw stuff up off his back. Decent grappler. He's looking for subs mainly. He likes a triangle off his back. Put Gabe Green in that. Extremely deep triangle. And gas his legs out. Because he's squeezing. Gabe Green's not giving up. Gabe, he even lifted up and slammed him. I think that, I don't know. I know that's normally, you're playing with fire. You're either going to put yourself deeper in the choke, or if you're, what was that kid's name who did it earlier this year? Who just picked him up above his shoulders and basically decapitated the man. But yeah, so he gassed out. The thing I didn't like is, I understand you gassed out your legs. Gabe Green takes his back. Not much fight back from Camilo. And then the choke wasn't even that deep or on for that long. And we're tapping immediately. You quit. You're a quitter. Okay? That's almost RDR level quitting. Like, how do you quit like that? Mainly towards Rainer de Ritter, which has no preference in this whatsoever. But like, bruh, there's people throwing fights who quit better than that. I guess you could say that doesn't make any sense, but like, they make it look better than that, and they're throwing fights. I don't know. We haven't seen enough from Camilo. If he comes out here and gets a stoppage, sure. We're going to take Borschev. Dog money Borschev. Is it a dumbass pick of the week? Don't know. Don't care. Not going to put a lot of stock into it. But we're taking Borschev. We think he can clip him. He's decent on the feet. He's got power. Camilo's not the most volume ever that he'll put out there. I don't know. We'll have to see. We got to see more from Camilo. Give us a Borschev, man.
Yeah, 1000%. This is just one of those fights that Camilo's 24 years old. Like JP said, some of the decisions, I mean, maybe he's a part of the fixed fights. Who knows? I'm not making accusations, but I'm saying if you're not going to be able to, withstand a choke that's not even in, maybe you're going to get looked into here soon. But Borschev, we've seen what we've seen from Borschev. It hasn't been all that impressive, but I will tell you, he mixes up his striking really well. He'll work the body, he'll work the liver, and then come up top with some powerful strikes over the top. I don't think Camilo's going to go out there and offensively grapple Borschev like he probably should. I mean, that's where that youth is going to come into play, in my opinion. And, I see Borschev putting a whooping on Camilo. He hits harder. He has the experience. Camilo is 0-1 in the UFC. I get you beat some guy at a press conference. Whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that guy was a fraud too. So, yeah, this is just not best fight on the card, which is why it's the first fight on the card. They had to put it somewhere. And with this stacked card, it's got to be the first fight of the night.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of great spots for your money. This card doesn't need to be this fight. Okay.
Yeah, don't touch this fight.
It is. Ugh. And if Camilo comes out here, shows us something great, perfectly fine. Okay, we'll take that. Put it in the back pocket. Other than that, whatever. All right, moving up. Now we're getting started. Now we're getting rolled. Okay, this one, very excited for this. Possible banger. All right, possible first finish on the card. We'll have to see. Eric McConico, the Glendale native. Okay, maybe that's why Brevin doesn't like him, because Brevin's in Mesa. He's in Glendale. They don't like each other. Okay. Going up against Baysinger Susurkaev.
Yeah, I'm not saying that we got turf wars going on, but I do have like a disliking towards a lot of Arizona-based fighters. I don't know what it is, but it's like every single week we talk about these guys. But if I see you at a Trader Joe's, it's on site. You know what I'm saying? Like if McConico wants to come over at me and say, "Hey, that's my Buffalo wrap," smacking him up. It is what it is.
Why is it not like Walmart? Why is it a nice store like Trader Joe's?
I go to Trader Joe's a lot, and I figure these guys are they're health conscious. They're going to Trader Joe's for
True.
their meals. That's probably where I'd find some of these guys, right? Not Walmart. I don't think McConico's walking into Walmart. But speaking of Walmart, there's a security guard at the Walmart near me that should be fighting in the UFC. I'm just saying he looks like Brian Urlacher. I'm like, wow, they really beefed up security. It's actually kind of crazy. They must have had a lot of theft going on. But anyways, back to the fight. Susurkaev, however you say it. Rosetta Stone's letting me down. I haven't been paying my dues. I haven't been paying my dues. I haven't been making my payments. Right. He's quite the prospect. I will tell you. He's one of those guys that fought on the Contender Series. Walked right through his opponent. A couple days later, he was fighting on a UFC card, made his UFC debut. He got a win there. He's very skilled. I'm not comparing him directly to Conor McGregor, but like we see some of these guys with the flow state, with the striking, hands a little low, that remind us shades of Conor's striking precision, right? But Sangar is one of those guys. He floats in and out of the pocket beautifully. He's got great power in his hands. He always is aware and defensively sound, even when his hands are a little bit out of position. He's very quick, very fast, very powerful. And I will tell you one thing about this dude. As great as his striking is, he's a great grappler. And a lot of people don't really know that. If you watch him fight, he's going to stand, he's going to strike. But if McConico tries to go to the ground with this guy, it's not going to be good for McConico. Eric's a decent striker himself, like karate base. He's got decent power. He's one of these tough guys. To me, stepped up on short notice against Nursultan, got his shit rocked, right? Got knocked out. And then had a tough back and forth battle with Cody Brundage. It was a boring fight, split decision victory. I don't like it. I like the hype behind Basangar. I think he's got a lot of power. He's got a lot of star potential in this division. We're taking Basangar Susurkaev. Can't say his name. It is what it is, but he's our pick.
Basangar Sakam. Yeah. Okay. Keep in mind. Okay. Camilo's 24. Susurkaev is also 24. Very young kid. I think you saw some of that in his fight on the pay-per-view. Who was it against? Eric Nolan. That's who it was. Yeah, you saw some of that. I think you saw a little bit of underestimation. He thought he was going to come out and stomp the dude like he did on the Contender Series. Didn't right away. Eric was kind of clipping him a little bit.
Yeah, he got clipped.
But, which is all fine and dandy, right? How do you deal with that? And then he still dealt with it. I think Eric's knee either was blown out in the fight or before the fight. I don't remember. But either way, he dealt with adversity, was getting clipped a little bit. Some people might be like, oh shit, I might screw this up, and then get a little scared, start to fight hesitant, and lose. He didn't. Stayed on the gas, got it done, right? So you'd like to see that. He was put with a great opportunity, had adversity right away, fought through it, right? But he is a young kid, okay? So the decision making, we might have a couple lapses in judgment, who knows, right? That's always an option. McConico, 35, made his debut at like 34, like Brevin said, getting starched and then barely beating Brundage. I thought McConico had a lot of promise, right? A lot of potential. I guess I could have said the same thing about Camilo. But what we've seen from McConico is none of that really. I mean, he can kind of grapple. He's decent, right? He's decent everywhere. He's okay. Maybe, I think right now, from what we've seen, he could possibly be a gatekeeper. Doesn't throw a lot of volume. Not very fast. Susurkaev, I mean, there's a reason he's this massive of a favorite. He's just so much better everywhere. Entertaining. This is going to be a finish for sure. I think it's going to be a KO. Okay, McConico, he's lost 3 times in his career. All 3 are by KO. Basinger is very quick, very straight, very accurate. He's a kid, so he's going to put everything into his shot. If we go late, we'll have to see, but yeah, I think he's going to be all over him.
Yep. Yep, very promising young prospect taking on an old dog that really hasn't had much experience in the UFC either. All right, moving up, we have Angela over the hill taking on Fatima Kline.
Oh, I mean, where to start? So we've seen Kline a couple times. Kline was, I want to say, like maybe the second card we ever did when we started the show, something like that. She was very early. Um, but we liked her from the get go. She can grapple. She's been grappling jiu-jitsu. I mean, her whole life since she's young, since she's a teenager, all this stuff. And then as of late, we've seen her hands start to come along, right? Starching Melissa Martinez with a head kick. Okay. A karate girl with good footwork. Boom. Put her out with a head kick. Right. She lost to Jasuda Vicious. Jasmine just fought Manon Fiorot, right? And Jasmine was on a tear. Okay, Jasmine's big and she can grapple, right? Fatima, in that one, she was trying to jump subs, giving up position. The classic shit you see when you go into the UFC, trying to get a finish, you're all jittery. Maybe you jump something, put yourself out of position, you lose the round. Stuff like that. Other than that, we like her, dude. And her nickname, the Archangel. Jesus Christ. Settle down. Her nickname, the Archangel. Okay? I think that's sick. All right? I like her fighting style, everything about it. With that being said, we can't pick 40-year-olds anymore. We just can't. Okay? We saw it last weekend with Susurkaev. Okay? Of course, it came back to bite us in the ass. We get it wrong every time. Angela Hill. It's the same story as Tisha Pennington last week. We picked Tisha because she always makes the fight close. Split decision central. They're never out of it. They're never running away with it. Stuff like that. But we didn't tell ourselves Tisha's always losing those. And then Tisha comes out, looks like shit. Angela Hill, always close. She does win some of them, but I'm done with it. She's going to be 41. No. Give us Fatima Kline to bring some excitement to the women's division. She can finish girls on the ground, on the feet, all the above. Give us Kline, man.
Yeah, and JP, I hate to correct you, buddy, but according to Rosetta Stone, it's Archangel, not Archangel.
Yeah. I couldn't say it
Archangel.
regardless.
It's okay. Yeah, Kline, exciting prospect. And don't forget, she took on Jasuda Vicious on short notice, came in, like JP said, UFC debut. Maybe had a little bit of jitters. The lights were a little bit too bright, got out of position a few times, cost her a fight. That's okay. She recovered nicely. Full camp, win. Full camp, win. You know, she's doing really well. And Angela Hill, yeah, good striking, but you're nearly 41 years old. She started to lose some fights there for a while. I mean, she was doing well even for her age, but she's kind of a 500 fighter. She's what, 13, 15 inside the UFC alone. So, in this one, look for Kline to have a lot of success both on the feet and if it goes to the ground, Kline's going to be better there too.
13 and 15? I knew she was close, but goddamn.
Getting a lot of paychecks.
True. And I'd love to have her on the show and talk about some aliens, okay? Count me in for that, all right? Angela, retire from that. Go into the alien story, okay? Because I want to hear about Barney Hill and all that crazy shit, all right? That's going to be first on the list when she retires. I'm going to try and get her on here.
Just going to get a DM from Locked Door MMA. All right.
That's fucking hilarious. All right. Moving up. Good one and a rematch from earlier in their careers. Very excited for this one. Chepe Mariscal, the dog. I mean, this man, he will bring the fight going up against Pat Sabatini.
Yeah, super excited for this one, JP. Those of you that have watched our channel for a while, you guys know how big of fans we are of Chepe Mariscal. The dude is a absolute brawler. Good hands, good grappling, and he's tough. He's just one of those guys that, like, if you could take a skill set from these fighters, I would take Chepe's toughness. He's always going to be in the fight. He never gives up on himself. He's always there. And, he's going to look to finish the fight as well. He's not a boring fighter whatsoever. He's not afraid to enter into the fire, into the pocket. and get after it. That's what I love about Chepe. And in this one, he's taking on Pat Sabatini, who, if you guys have seen Pat Sabatini fight, he's going to look to wrestle and then grapple, right? He's going to look for his submissions. He's a really good submission specialist. He's got 13 wins via submission. Chepe's got to be mindful of that. JP mentioned earlier they had a fight a couple years ago, split decision. Very close matchup between these two. I think Chepe right now is got the advantage, in my opinion, given the fact that he has seen past Sabatini. He kind of knows what to expect. And to me, Chepe's got the better hands, the better striking. I think if he just defends the takedowns of Sabatini and the submission attempts, Chepe's going to be just fine. Give us Chepe Mariscal.
I mean, like I said earlier, that's why I called him a dog. Because Chepe, I mean, he's one of those guys that you just come the second, third round, late in the fight, you do not want to see. Because he's still going to be coming forward. He is still going to be throwing shots. And like Brevin said, he doesn't give up on himself. Like, that's a big thing, man. A lot of these people, and we'll talk about it. We'll get there later on the card. A lot of people will get stuffed takedowns or won't be able to get their range or whatever. They've been getting touched up a little bit, and they'll just get down on themselves. Don't like it. Sucks. Let me just get out of here alive. Let me not get knocked out. Chepe does not matter. Unless you put him out, he will keep coming forward, bring the fight to you. He is a literal dog. And yeah, Pat Sabatini, great grappler. Phenomenal grappling. I mean, look at what he did to Brito. But Joe Anderson Brito, in my eyes, making terrible fucking decisions. Terrible mistakes. And then you're trying to throw shit off of bottom. You're trying to strike off of bottom. Bro, just work on standing up. That shit drives me crazy. I know I sound like DC a little bit, but when you're defending a takedown, stop fucking striking. Defend the takedown. It blows my mind. But yeah, I think Chepe can do enough in the grappling department to keep Sabatini off of him, and then just the constant pressure. I think Sabatini's going to be going backwards a lot more than he's going to be going forward. And that's very hard to get your grappling off doing that.
Here's a little trick question for you. Do you have any guesses? Well, I mean, this is just an opinion, but any guesses as to why we think Chepe's been so successful inside the UFC up to this point? Any particular reason?
Because they're fixing fights for him?
Listen, I don't think they're fixing fights for our boy Chepe, but I will say he's had one of the toughest strength of schedules outside of the UFC that I've seen. I mean, fighting Pat Sabatini outside of the UFC, fighting Yusuf Zalal outside of the UFC,
True.
Joe Anderson Brito, Steven Garcia, like these are the guys that he's fought outside of the UFC, and those are all really good fighters currently in the UFC. So
Yeah,
that
Bryce Mitchell
experience,
too.
Bryce Mitchell early on in his career, right? And so all those fights and experience for Chepe has afforded him the ability to start his UFC career 5-0. The dude's a dog. He has all the skills necessary. He's seen these guys before, like this level of competition. So it makes Chepe a very, very intriguing prospect.
100%. Yeah, that's a great point. Like Gregor Gillespie early, he can wrestle really well too. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's a great point.
All right, moving up, we've got a show favorite. We've got a show favorite right here in Gerald Meerschaert taking on Kyle Daukaus.
I'm gonna leave this short and sweet for you guys. Okay, Meerschaert can shart his pants. We don't care anymore. All right, we're over it. Okay, if there was one guy to beat, it was Nickal Olegzaychuk. Okay, and Nickal made my breakdown look absolutely atrocious because we said Nickal is stupid. He makes dumb decisions. He will follow Gerald to the ground, just like Shabazny did, because Shabazny should have beat him. And then he's going to get subbed. What did Nickal do? Knock him down, back up. Knock him down, back up. It's almost like he heard us talking and wanted to prove us wrong. Was it because of the fighting nerds probably telling him, hey, dumbass, when you knock him over, back up. Oh my God. That's so smart. I knock him over and I smash him. Yeah, that's the one thing to do. Okay, Gerald Meerschaert, his wrestling, his takedowns aren't good. They're just kind of grabbing, tripping. He just wants to get a hold of you. Ask Brad Tavares. Couldn't fucking take Tavares down to save his life. Our breakdown was stupid accurate for that one. And then on the feet, can he strike? Sure. Right? He's a mixed martial artist. Yeah, he can strike. Is he going to be better than Kyle Daukaus on the feet? No, absolutely not. Kyle Daukaus, another one of those guys in the UFC, here and there, hit or miss. He's good. He's not good. He's got a sick nickname, the Dark Knight. Love that. But he's another grapple guy, right? Looking to get his subs off. He's got long, lanky arms, right? Kind of scrawny. So is Meerschaert going to outclass him on the ground? I don't think so. I also don't think Daukaus, I think the blueprint is there. You're not going to give him the fucking time of day to do it. Makes no sense. And they're in the big cage. So is Gerald going to chase him around and do nothing but shoot doubles and then do it again and do it again? No, I don't think so. Meerschaert's the type of guy where any type of adversity, he'll just kind of roll to his back. And then he's waiting for a dumbass to be like, oh, I'm going to go finish him and drop an elbow. Arm triangle. See ya. Good night. Kyle Daukaus leaves the UFC, right? Loses to Eric Anders, Roman Dolidze, which, feel the way you want about Dolidze, he's a big son of a bitch. Okay? Eric Anders, kind of a tough guy. I get it. Leaves the UFC, goes and fights on the regional scene, gets a couple finishes, Darce choke, comes back. I've been hearing rumblings. People think Michel Pereira threw the fight. Whatever.
Yeah, no, we're going to hear that more times than not, right?
Oh.
If any guy loses, that's going to be the excuse.
Loses like that, especially, yeah, 100%. Oh, see, I knew it was rigged. Which, like, I get it. That's the problem now. And then baseball. You hear about the baseball shit?
Oh, yeah. I've seen the baseball stuff.
I mean, they're just going to ruin sports betting forever. But whatever. Moral of the story, we're taking Kyle Daukaus. Okay? We think it's a similar story. Like Yusuf Salal. Go out of the UFC. Collect yourself. Get a couple wins and say, you know what? I can do this. I just need to be me. Daukaus, he does have fight-ending potential, right? And Gerald Meerschaert is a sub or nothing. We're taking Kyle Daukaus.
Yeah, beautifully said. I mean, Daukaus, like, he doesn't blow you away on the feet, but he does have power. And we've seen Meerschaert just get clipped and fold. He will fall to his back, hoping you chase him. The one worry I have is Daukaus might. Daukaus has a lot of submissions, mostly Darce chokes. Like, he might look for something. I think he's smart enough, hopefully, if he's watched any film. Like, that's not the game plan. Just stand with this guy. I can knock him out, knock out Michel Pereira. I can knock out Meerschaert. It's not going to be that hard for him if he keeps a good game plan. Like Meerschaert, JP said he was a decent striker. I'd argue that he's really not even a decent striker. Like, a lot of his wins are simply he gets knocked down, people follow him to the ground. Now you're in his world, and then he can sub you. Like, he's a submission specialist with no takedowns. Like, that's a terrible combination, right? But yeah, give us Kyle Daukaus. I think he's a lot of these guys that have left the UFC, worked on their crafts, came back, have found a lot of success, like Yusuf Salal. I think Daukaus has done the same. I look forward to how he shapes up in this 185 division.
Yeah, and like I feel like it's like, let me get this straight. By the way, GM3 has lost 3 in a row. GM3? Oh, coincidence? I think not. Dude's 6-5 in his career with Chaos. Okay. He has 29 wins by submission. So these are the moments when you sit there and you think, in your camp, your coaches, yourself, what are you telling yourself before the fight? Okay. I'm going to go nuts if you try and grapple fuck Gerald Meerschaert. All camp, I would sit there and tell him, do not even give him a chance. Nothing. Nowhere to the ground. Even though you can grapple. Your nickname's the Dark Knight. Sure. Don't even give him the fucking chance. Just stand on the feet with him and knock him the fuck out. Dude is chinny as shit. No reason to. Swear to God, if we do, I ain't going to be able to film next week because I'm going to crash out and break this shit. Okay? Just saying. All right. It's like
1,000%.
It's like playing the Chiefs and saying, hey, we're not going to blitz. We're just going to play zone. And we're going to make Patrick Mahomes beat us with his arm. Oh, that's a great fucking idea. Absolutely. Just go for that. See how that goes for you. Okay? Anyways, move it up. Another good one. Malcolm Wellmaker returns after beating up the walking punching bag. Going up against Cody Haddon.
Yeah, before I dive into this fight, guys, if you think any of the fighters that we've mentioned before this is going to be our lock, comment down below if you think any of them are going to be our lock. And who's your lock? We want to know your lock of the card. Moving into this fight, Malcolm Wellmaker, Cody Haddon. Wellmaker, we've seen 2 fights now, JP, where he's got first round finishes. The dude has some power in his hands, right? Like he is knocking people out cold. And like, I've been a little skeptical of Malcolm at times. You know, we've never really seen him end up on his back. We've never seen him pass the first round inside the UFC. And those are all worrisome things just from hey, what does he look like if he does get taken down? You know, is he going to fade fast? Does he even have a gas tank? We just don't know those things because he's never been outside the first round, even on his contender series fight. First round finish. Like that's what this kid does. Cody Haddon, on the other hand, hasn't fought in quite some time. Let's see when his last fight was. It was October of 2024. So it's been over a year that this kid, has been taking time away, not been fighting. I don't love that. Watching his film, in his last bout, a little bit flat-footed, a lot of openings to be punched in the face, and heck, he even did get punched in the face. He got clipped a couple of times, and if Wellmaker clips you, you're going night-night. Give us Malcolm Wellmaker. I don't think Cody's that good. Sure, he has some grappling to his game and his skill set, but I don't think he's offensively going to go out there and just wrestle Wellmaker to the point that he can find one of those submissions. I think Wellmaker turns his lights out.
Yeah, and I mean, like Brevin was saying, the flat-footedness, just the way Cody moves, I just really feel like everybody should hammer the KO again, because to us, at least, just watching film, just the way Cody moves, like you can clearly tell. I think he's gonna have a problem on the feet. Wellmaker's speed on the feet, very hard to deal with. The accuracy, very hard to deal with, and then the power. Okay, it would be hard going into a fight with Wellmaker to not just be like, bro, I can't get hit by anything. There's some guys who are like, hey, he's got a good jab or whatever, but I might eat a jab or two to get inside and then land my own combination, stuff like that. The combination that Wellmaker had against the walking punching bag, Chris Moutinho, right? The heavy bag with arms and legs. He's working it backstage. He's working it backstage. Then we get into the fight. Hammering the teep, hammering the body kick, hammer it. Feint it, step in like you're going to throw that. Moutinho's hands drop, perfect right hook on the button. I mean, it's gorgeous stuff, man. It really is. And I think Wellmaker can grapple. I really do. We obviously haven't seen him on his back, like Brevin said, but I think that's for good reason. I think because nobody's put him there. I don't like Haddon's strength of schedule before this. You could say the same thing about Wellmaker, but still, I don't like Haddon's more. And I just think this is going to be the best striker that Haddon has ever faced, because I truly do think Malcolm Wellmaker is world-class in striking. I mean, Brevin saying we've never seen him pass this and all first-round finishes. It's because when this dude touches you, it's a fucking problem, man. Some people you just cannot get touched by. It's like a Teba Gautier, where how he tells him, you got to run away from me. You really do. You got to make the dude miss. You got to run away from him and hope that he gets tired. Or hit him with a fucking truck. Because other than that, you're going to bed. Give us a Wellmaker.
Someone just runs over Ottawa before the fight. We saw that a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, can't say it don't happen.
The old Josh, what's his name? Jared Gordon. He got hit by a car. Someone just said, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy.
Hey,
he ain't winning.
You fighting tomorrow? Yeah. Oh. Not anymore,
Step
buddy.
on the gas. Yeah, see ya, buddy. He still fought. He ended up losing. All right.
Oh, man.
Before we move on, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget every new subscriber this week will be $1 towards the lock. Every comment, every like will be 50 cents that we will add up and put on the lock. So make sure to go do those things right now. We're itching to bet. Make us gambling addicts once again. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
JP,
swear to God, man, if they ruin it. Like,
I don't think they'll ruin it. Listen. I think that these things are great for all sports. Them coming out and having these open investigations and finding these things out is great for the sport because these athletes and these fighters are going to be less likely to agree to do such a thing. Their careers are over. The baseball players, the NBA players, the UFC fighters that have now been caught doing these things and throwing fights and rigging games and all that, their careers are over. So if it's worth a couple $1,000s that you're going to make, be my guest. People are going to stop risking it. And I think it's going to clean this, it's going to clean all sports up.
like that's mind blowing to me. Sure, like Dolgarian, I don't know how much Dolgarian was making. And again, this is all speculation, I guess, because we haven't heard an official ruling, but the baseball player, you're in the MLB and you're throwing games or rigging bets for $12,000. Are you
pennies?
Are you a fucking idiot? Do you know how much? That's crazy. That's just so crazy to me. I mean, the level of stupidity is just like you make that in like 5 minutes, bro. You make that every pitch you throw.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the meat of this card. This is when it starts getting really, really, really good. If it hasn't been great already, I think the fight that we just mentioned is going to be awesome as well. But we've got really high-level fighters right here. Aaron Blanchfield is taking on Tracy Cortez. And they're all ranked. Listen, all these people, I mean, a lot of these fights, not every single one of them, but most of the fights from here on out, we've got ranked fighters inside the top 15 for every single one of them.
Yeah. I mean, Brevin said it best. Some good meat here. Okay. If you know, you know. Okay.
Are they making the thumbnail?
I mean, my wife's gonna be home all day tomorrow because she's got it off. So,
yikes! All right, maybe not. Maybe we'll just have a picture of Islam up there.
Yeah. Hey, another rematch. Okay. Fought earlier in their careers. Another rematch, man. Tracy Cortez, Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay, so you guys already know. Brevin's not gonna like her. I do like her. Maybe she can catch Brevin at Trader Joe's. Okay, maybe Brevin's hands are bisexual. Anybody can get these hands, you know.
Not Tracy. Me and Tracy, we're cool, man. We're on good terms.
Oh yeah, you guys are all right for sure. Anyways, Aaron Blanchfield. We didn't get to see her because Poopy Macy Barber. It's a joke. I understand she had a seizure. Well, that's what Brevin was texting me. Sorry, she had to take a shit. Anyways,
it was all speculation at that point. We didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and Aaron was not happy. Okay, said it was very unprofessional. I do think she's gonna come into this one pretty ready, right, with a chip on her shoulder. She's mainly looking to grapple, right? She can wrestle pretty well. She's strong. She's got good trips. Great top control when she does get you down. I do not like her stand up. She doesn't really throw combinations. She will not extend her backhand, her long hand, her straight. She won't really extend it. She'll just kind of put it out there. Doesn't have a lot of power. She'll look for a lot of leg kicks. Again, I'm not a fan of them. I don't like her technique. Tracy Cortez is kind of a similar fighter, right? She can wrestle as well. She gets on top. She does good work on top. I like Tracy's stand-up way more than I do Aaron's, okay? It's straighter. It's quicker. It's more accurate. It's got more pop on it. I'm not a fan of what she has to offer. I'm just really not. And before there was a split decision, Tracy took it. We always say it's hard to beat somebody twice, right? But how long ago was that? Like if me and Brevin fight like a year ago and Brevin wins, and then now, maybe that might have more relevance because we just fought recently, right? But if we fought 5 years ago, you're not the same fighter, right? There's a lot of stuff that has transpired, a lot of stuff you probably learned, right? So this one, to me, I'm not really taking much relevance into it, and it just comes down to both of them can grapple. I don't think Aaron's going to ragdoll her. I just really don't, and I don't like Aaron's stand-up. And Tracy Cortez is really good at winning these fights that are very close. And another thing that I will say is I understand that Tracy lost to Rose, and everybody's saying, I've been hearing everybody all fucking day. Well, she beat Rose, Aaron beat Rose, and it's just, sure, it's MMA math, but it works. No, it doesn't. It's fucking MMA math. It never works. Okay, it's a fight. It's a new fight every time. I think that Rose decision with Aaron, if that fight goes on today, I understand I've said this a bunch of times before, especially recently. If that fight happens today, I think the judges look at it very differently, bro. The last 2 cards that we have seen, takedown with no damage. They do not give a shit about right now. And I think the Rose, I do not think it was a unanimous decision. I think it was a very close fight. I think this one's going to be a close fight. Hammer split decision, again, because we've been hitting those like crazy. Give us Tracy Cortez. We like her stand-up better. We think the grappling kind of evens itself out. I do not think Aaron Blanchfield is going to ragdoll her. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, the boxing from Tracy Cortez is there. She's got the better hands, the better striking in this matchup. And we do talk about, hey, it's hard to beat the same person twice. But on the other end of the spectrum, what kind of confidence does this give Tracy Cortez knowing that she's beat this individual before? You know, she's shown "Hey, I can beat this individual. It's like a mental game. And for Blanchfield, it's like, hey, I'm supposed to beat Tracy. I'm ranked higher in the division, but she did beat me. You know, she's, like those things can affect a fighter. I think Tracy's got the better hands. I think she stuffs any takedowns that Blanchfield offers, and for me, I just think this is something where you're getting great, great value on a really good fighter in Tracy Cortez, being the almost 2-to-1 underdog in this matchup, having already proven that she can beat this girl. We're taking Tracy Cortez all day.
100%. Yeah, just the striking, dude. I don't know how many times I call myself a parrot, but straight, quick, and power. That's all you need. All right. Moving up, another good one. Roman Kopylov going up against Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues.
Yeah, super excited for this fight, guys. I don't think this one goes the distance. I think someone's getting slumped. Roman Kopylov, very good technical striker. He throws a lot of kicks to the body, some spinning kicks to the liver. Very, very beautiful striking to watch. Gregory Rodrigues, kind of one of these guys that like he eats a lot of shots, but he's going to deliver a lot of painful shots as well. Hard puncher, very durable, extremely durable, which is why he's got the nickname RoboCop. He eats punches and keeps walking forward. The pressure from Rodrigues is crazy. Now, he has shown that in some longer fights, he may gas. He's very, very muscly, and if you watch this guy fight, I mean, you'll see it. But in the same conversation, he's got a lot of power from those muscles coming back your direction. And if this fight does end up on the ground, on the mat, however that happens, if someone gets dropped, if someone gets tripped, Rodrigues is a really good grappler. Kopylov has a few losses, 2 submissions on his record. I think Rodrigues could sub him if that was how that fight went. Now, Rodrigues isn't typically someone that's going to look for the takedown and look to grapple. I don't think he changes the game plan here. I think he just presses forward, gets Kopylov up against the fence, and lands some big strikes. I'm looking for Gregory Rodrigues to find one of those big strikes and end this fight. Give us Gregory RoboCop Rodrigues.
Yeah, and how good does the CLD win look now? After CLD did that to Tulio, and RoboCop really, that was the whole reason why I was using those points to break down the Tulio CLD fight, is because he made CLD very one-dimensional, looking for the perfect shot and couldn't get it off. RoboCop's a big son of a bitch, right? 6'2", and like you're saying, he's fucking jacked, right? He can grapple. He's a black belt. And the power coming back at you, when you get to these higher weight classes, you can't stand there and take it, right? So you got to move. You got to do something. Kopylov will move. My big thing about Kopylov, I don't like how much he moves. I mean, dude looks jittery as shit, constantly jumping and moving, and I just think half of it's unnecessary. I don't like it. And everybody's saying RoboCop, he bleeds, this and that. Well, you're getting punched in the face. You're going to bleed, right? I mean, the same people saying
he's got some scar tissue.
Oh, yeah.
He does bleed easy, which makes his fights fun to watch. Like
Yeah.
there will be blood. There will be blood.
Yeah, you do this for long enough. right? I mean, some people you barely hit them in the nose, it starts leaking. It happens. I mean, obviously now your nose starts bleeding, you got the shit kicked out of you, right? That's what everybody believes nowadays. Bunch of fucking morons. But yeah, RoboCop, a lot of power, right? And Kopylov, he can also be hit. He's not this dude with phenomenal striking defense who's going to get out of the way of everything. He gets hit too, right? Putting out Chris Curtis with a head kick. That was nice. That was right at the end of the fight, right? And Chris Curtis is like a RoboCop. Well, I was going to say it as a joke. Now I feel like it's going to sound racist. But I was going to say RoboCop is like the normal sized Twix. And then Chris Curtis is like the bite-sized Twix. Right? So yeah. Kopylov just barely got the bite-sized Twix out of there. Well, now he's got the big Twix coming over, right or left Twix. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we're taking RoboCop.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think the power is going to be there. And Kopylov, we've seen some flaws in his game, especially in his last time out against Costa. He was getting clipped. And like Costa's not the most beautiful, precise striker that you've ever seen. Like he's hittable for sure. And if you're getting hit by RoboCop, watch out. Mm-hmm. All right, moving up. We've got the return of Mr. Bo Nickal, taking on Rodolfo Vieira, the black belt hunter.
I'll keep it short and sweet, and I'll let Brevin go on his talk track. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think Bo Nickal is one of the corniest dudes ever. The shit this guy says. This dude loses a fight every fucking couple days in my eyes to his own ego. This dude's ego is fucking huge. Says dumb shit all the time. Got exposed against Rainer the Quitter. Right? But obviously Bo's very good wrestler. Okay, everybody knows that. I mean, some might say the best the US has to offer in wrestling. Him and Jordan Burroughs, I know both of their names come out. Bo Nickal's striking is okay. He's gonna look for that overhand a lot. And everybody's pretty much hating on him, right? He lost, went back to wrestling for a little bit, maybe tried to get his bearings, collect himself, and now he's back. Rodolfo Vieira. Is his striking much better? I don't think so. Don't really like it. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's another one of these guys. Yoked up, right? The loss that stands out for me is the Andre Petroski loss. The Tresean Gore win, I really do not care about. Tresean Gore, merp. Right? Tresean Gore is kind of like Geno Smith. He looks good. There's sometimes where you're like, hey, he is good. And then you watch him more often, you're like, this dude sucks. This dude's terrible. And Andre Petroski, I feel like it's pretty similar to Bo Nickal. Striking is okay. He's looking to grapple. He's looking to wrestle, and he's kind of strong. I just feel like Bo Nickal might be a better version than Petroski. Is that MMA math? Probably. But again, Vieira's striking is not... I don't think he's going to outclass Bo on the feet like Rainer de Ridder did. Because de Ridder is big as shit. And that step-through knee causes a lot of problems. Regardless of him quitting on the stool. That step-through knee, if it lands... I mean, you saw bold... You saw Bo fold like a lawn chair when it landed. Okay? But we are taking Bo Nickal.
Yeah, 1,000%. Listen, I'll start my talk track off with, JP saying Bo Nickal and Jordan Burroughs, best USA wrestlers. Why are we not mentioning Gable Stevenson? And we'll talk about Gable Stevenson coming up here soon because he will probably be making his UFC debut very, very soon. Gable's a dog, but in this matchup, Bo Nickal, like JP said, great wrestler. Rodolfo, good wrestler as well. He's got good grappling. He's going to look for submissions. But to compare Rodolfo Vieira and RDR, whether RDR quit or not, he had some health stuff going on. The dude's 6'5", he's listed as 6'4". He's like 6'5". The knees were there. Hot Bo, bad night for Bo, right? We can chalk it up as that. I think Bo's got a lot of work to do with his hands, with his striking defense, with his offense, right? But the wrestling's there, so I think that's going to be totally fine. And I'm not afraid of Vieira striking whatsoever. And for Bo, I mean, this is a wake up call. You lost on a main card, right? You were rising up the ranks. You were about to fight for a title. You were him for a while. Now you get shot back down to the prelims. You were originally listed on the main card. They were like, nope, we've heard the public. You're on the prelims, pal. He's got a lot to prove, and I think he goes out there and does that in this matchup. Very, very skilled fighter. I do think he can be one of the top fighters in this division. He's just got to kind of have that turning point where the hands come along, the defense comes along. He has power if he connects. He's shown that, but the volume of punches, the combinations of punches, the boxing, that's all got to be cleaned up and fixed. But give us Bo Nickal in this matchup. I just think he's a better fighter overall.
Yeah, I feel like him and Joe Pyfer kind of suffer from. With Joe, it's not nearly as bad, but that overhand right.
Yeah, syndrome.
Yeah, like
Just rely on it.
I understand. You probably love the feeling of when it connects and it puts somebody out. Throw something in front of it.
Well, the other thing too is like Bo likes to just sit back and strike sometimes. Fuck all that, man. I think his game plan's got to change. He needs to press forward, pressure guys like Marab, wrestle, tire these guys out. Get down into their gas tank because even in the Brundage fight, you saw that a little bit. He pressured Brundage. He took him down a lot. Brundage got tired. Then he had an easy rear naked choke right there in front of Donald Trump. Like that's what he needs to do. Don't sit back and just pitter patter strike with these guys. Pressure, wrestle, push the pace. That's what I think he's capable of, and that's exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think his ego gets the best of him literally all the time. It's the same thing as Bilal's dumbass. I'm gonna show people my hands. Who cares? Who cares? Yeah. Why are you not going to your wheelhouse right away? If somebody can strike way better than you and they have a little bit of a gas tank, that whole first round, it makes no sense to me to not wrestle. But we'll see. No Bickle is the pick. We'll see if no Bickle can get it done. All right. Moving up. Main card. And we'll probably be rocking and rolling at this point. I mean, this card going to be so good. Very excited for Saturday. Beneil Dariush. Unk, as some say. Going up against Benoit Saint-Denis.
Guys, before we dive into this main card, you know what to do. Like the video, comment down below who you guys have winning these fights. We want to hear from you. Rack up that betting tab for our lock. And make sure to subscribe to the channel. Welcome to all those that are going to be brand new to the Locked Door MMA community. Guys, I'm super excited for this main card. Best main card of the year, in my opinion. I'll be stoked. I'll probably get nervous. That's the one thing about JP and I don't know about JP as much, but like I'll tell you guys right now, like I'm not even fighting. I get nervous for these fights. Not because we pick a guy or not because I have a lot of money bet on a guy. I'm just excited. Like I'm sitting there like just ready to fight myself. It gets my juices flowing, as some would say. And for these fights, I will be sitting there shaking like a scared dog. You know what I'm saying? Nervous for these fights and these outcomes just because I'm so excited. Not really nervous, but I act nervous. I'm kind of jittery. Beneil Dariush, I've had my problems with Beneil Dariush. I don't really like the guy. I think he's a weirdo. But I will tell you, he's a good grappler, a good wrestler. A lot of people aren't able to take him down. We saw that in the Susurkaev fight. He was supposed to be, the kryptonite to a lot of these guys in this division because he is a good wrestler and good grappler. BSD puts a lot of pressure on guys, wears them down, breaks them, gets finishes. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like BSD very much. I think his striking's kind of mediocre. His pressure and pace actually wears him out a lot of times more than the opponent, which is very interesting. I think his grappling's kind of just decent. We saw Moicano take care of business, hold him down, maul him. It wasn't even close. Like beautiful performance from Moicano, but it really kind of exposed BSD, in my opinion, in that fight. And then we saw the striking get exposed, with the Dustin Poirier fight, like caught Dustin early. But once those flurries of punches start to begin, BSD wears out. He gets tired. Like he's big for this division. He's very ripped, very yoked. But Beneil Dariush, he's a vet at this point. He's fought the top of the division. He's fought everyone in the division. His striking's kind of mid as well. Like, and for that guy that doesn't like the word mid, get a life. You're probably out there saying 6'7". Anyways, Beneil Dariush. But Neil Dariush, he'll throw leg kicks. His left leg he uses a lot as a weapon, right to the body, to the head, take away your weapons. And I think, he's going to find a lot of success, especially later in this fight. I think if he withstands that first round pressure and all out attack from BSD, he'll be just fine. We're taking Beneil Dariush. I don't think BSD can take him down and grapple him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Benny. I understand for all those people out there that say that Beneil Dariush is chinny and this is a bad pick. I get it. He is chinny. Okay, but if there's one thing that Beneil is really good at, it's fucking scrambles. This dude out-scrambled Gamrot. And I don't give a shit that Gamrot just lost to Charles. We said that would happen. I don't give a shit. Okay, Charles Oliveira is still very dangerous. But Beneil Dariush can scramble. He also has power himself. When he lands, there is some consequence. But again, it's not the cleanest. It's not the best, right? He seems to be a smart guy. I like what he says afterwards and stuff like that. So he's just got to put it together. But this fight, we cannot get caught. Benoit, special forces from the French, right? And I think, Brevin, you're saying that he gasses himself out sometimes. I think it's because it's that special forces mindset, right? That military mindset. I'm going to go as hard as I can, and I know you're going to quit before I do, right? I think that's kind of what he's got in his head. Dustin Poirier showed us, you can clip me all you want, and then Dustin Poirier's BSD. He does his thing. Dustin always getting clipped and then cracks somebody else. That's why everybody loved to watch Dustin. So BSD can crack, but again, his chin will be up in the air. He's not the fastest striker. He likes his body kicks. Kyle Prepelec. Is anybody gonna say anything about how good Kyle Prepelec is? No. Okay, thought so. Mauricio Rufy. More like Mauricio Poopy. If that's a mid joke, you can cry about it. Mauricio Rufy tried to reinvent the fucking wheel. Another guy. How can you be that fast and that accurate and not throw a straight punch? I don't give a shit, bro. You are a fucking moron. Sorry for cursing. It drives me up a wall. It really does. He wobbled BSD with a jab. If you're going to sit here and tell me no, go watch the fight back. And then what does Rufy do? Stand there, flat-footed. Another guy who quit. Choke wasn't even in. Dude quit. Maybe the face crank was because he's sitting there not hand fighting. He's literally sitting there on his hands and knees. You might as well grab the dude's pocket and follow him around and give him a cookie whenever he wants it. Oh my lord, bro. Beneil Dariush will not quit like Rufy does. Benoit's going to have to put him out. Yes, he's chinny. We're going to have to mind our P's and Q's, but we're taking Dariush.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like with Rufy, even with the lack of straight punches, he was still finding success on the feet, and then he was just getting taken down. He'd go to the ground, it just wouldn't do what he needed to do. And in this fight, I do think Dariush is smart enough to stick to a game plan, understand what needs to happen. And I just don't think, BSC is going to get him to the ground. I mean, if it does go to the ground, I'd give Dariush the advantage, similar to how Moicano handled business against BSD. I think Dariush can do the exact same thing. We've seen it time and time again, but should be a good fight nonetheless. All right, moving up this card, guys. This is absolutely stacked. Second fight on the main card, former champ Leon Edwards has taken on the up-and-coming nightmare, Carlos Prates.
Boy. Ooh-wee. All right. Couple things to say. I know this is going to be a long video. Don't care. Phenomenal card. Very excited. Okay, first thing to say. Carlos Prates, spinning elbow, KO. Got me in trouble. Okay? Oh boy, did it. All right? A lot of people on this card fought on the Chimaev Duplessis card. Okay? That was the card that we had our fantasy football draft and party, right? So Brevin was here. All the boys were here. Having a great time. Okay? Carlos Prates. Mink spinning elbow at the end of the round. Knocks him out. Everybody goes crazy. We all go crazy. I went so crazy. I don't know if it was like a vape or a remote in my hand. I just threw it out of my hand because I was going nuts. Boom. Right off my wife's noggin. Right off her noggin. Okay. Square off the head. So she's already annoyed. Like, babe, so sorry. That was crazy though. Right, next fight. Another spinning elbow KO. Same thing. Boink. Right off my wife's head again. So
It happened twice. It seemed intentional at that point.
And the second time pissed her off even more because I was laughing because I was like, how does that happen twice in a row? But anyways, so that was a funny story. Carlos Prates. I mean, just a freakish build, right? Long ass legs, long ass arms, bite-sized Twix torso, right? Pretty small torso, okay? But he's a lengthy dude. If you saw him in the dark and you like just woke up or something, you'd probably Meerschaert your pants too. That's terrifying. All right, he looks like a troll kind of, but a troll who will knock you the fuck out. So dangerous, extremely dangerous. Great kicks. I mean, his punches, the way he stalks you. Carlos Prates is an elite fight finisher. Elite. If you get hurt at all, he is not. I will go out on a limb and say Carlos Prates will never ever fimble.
Can't even say that though. I know where you're going with it. You can't say it. He did it in the Ian Gary fight.
I don't think he fumbled it though.
The finish. He fumbled the finish. Clear as day.
Well,
Ian was crawling around like a little serpent.
I think a little snake in the grass right there.
It was a snake in the grass. Carlos couldn't land a fucking finishing punch.
I do like Ian though, and that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, I'll give you guys a little insight. All right, me and Brevin went over this card. We're filming a little bit later. All right, busy work day. We got a lot going on. So we really dove into the film. Really talked about a lot of fights on this card. We talked about this one quite a bit. Okay, because Leon Edwards kind of being hated on. Is he washed? Is he not? Losing to Brady the way he did. Sean Brady just dominated him. Before that, losing to Bilal. And then we saw what JDM did to Bilal. But Leon wants to strike. Right? That's what he's good at. He's technical striker, counter striker, kickboxer. Great. All the above. Knocking Kamaru Usman out with that head kick. Everybody wants to say that Carlos Prates made Ian Gary a wrestler. First of all, that is incorrect. That is wrong. Go back and watch the fight. Okay? Ian Gary was giving Carlos Prates all he could handle on the fucking feet. He was clipping Carlos. Okay? And at the end, like Brevin's saying, he did clip Ian, stuffed a takedown. Ian's rolling, grabbing ankles, doing this, rolling like that. Yes, I agree. Did he fumble the finish? Maybe. I just think Ian's a very cerebral fighter, right? And then everybody's saying he turned him into a grappler. I think that's a dumbass statement to begin with, because you win the fight. Okay, we're talking about winning a fight. Oh, well, you're a bitch because you grappled me. He's not Torres Finney. Ian landed over 100 strikes. Okay, it's not 4 after a 15-minute fight. All right, so what are we talking about? My main point is Leon Edwards is a quitter. Okay? Feel the way you want to feel. The Kamaru Usman head kick, gorgeous. Great setup, great technique. I agree. He was quitting on himself in that fight. The fight before that, he was quitting on himself. The Bilal fight, he quit on himself. How many times does his corner have to sit there and scream at him? And he's just, or he's telling him to shut the fuck up. The Sean Brady fight, he quit on himself and then got subbed. I don't like it. He has no drive. He has no dog in him. That Chepe Mariscal dog, Leon doesn't have that. Carlos Prates is fucking elite at finishing the fight. This is a 3-round fight, big cage. I think if it's a finish, it is 1000% Prates. I think Prates is going to be on the front foot. He will stalk Leon. I think Leon will be okay with it because he's a counter striker. I need to see something from Leon Edwards. I cannot pick him with how often he quits on himself. And now he's facing a guy who will strike with him and be dangerous as shit. Nate Diaz clipped him bad at the end of their fight. I think Prates can do that early. I really do. And then everybody's saying, well, he turned Ian Gary into a wrestler. Guess what Leon won't be able to do is take down Carlos Prates. Because Prates actually has some damn good takedown defense, great balance, and he's long. And we always talk about how hard it is to take down these people who are very long. Give us Carlos freaking Prates to beat Leon Edwards on Saturday night. Might be a close one. It might be boring because they're both strikers. I have a hard time believing that Prates will let it be boring. I think he comes back forward on the front foot. I think he puts it on him.
Yeah, I don't think this fight's going to be boring. And like JP said, we were kind of back and forth all day, guys. I was probably the reason why we were back and forth. It's hard to sit here and look at the former champ Leon Edwards at dog money, only at 34 years old. First time facing a non-wrestler in years. 3-round fight. He's been fighting 5-round fights, and that's where it's like maybe he's just a little hesitant in the early rounds to get things going. He knows it's going to go 5 rounds. He's really good at winning decisions. He has like 11 wins via decision, which is his most winning method or the biggest winning method for him. Very, very good, very smart, high IQ as well. Like late into rounds, he'll try to find a takedown out of the clinch. He does that really well. But I do agree with a lot of the points that JP mentioned. Carlos Prates will stalk you. He will put a pressure on you. That forces you to enter the pocket with him. And then when you do, he's got crazy power. Like we've talked about some of these guys, they just have that touch. When they hit you, you're going to bed. Now Leon Edwards hasn't really been a guy that's getting knocked out. He's never been officially knocked out. We've seen him get clipped at times, right? Like he has been hit. He's not unhittable. And now he's fighting a guy that's going to strike with him. He's never lost to a striker. But like JP said, this is a different level of striker. It's not Nate Diaz who's going to, pitter pat and really just try to chip away at you. This is going to be someone that's going to try to take your head off in the first round. Now, for Prates, he just needs to stay disciplined. I don't think he just needs to load up and look for the big shot every shot, right? Work your way in there, and the big shot will find itself. You have the power to do it. He just has to stay disciplined. It's a big stage, 3-round fight, main card, Madison Square Garden, former champ. I think for Prates, he just needs to stay cool, calm, and collected, and he can get the job done.
I think there's a world where both of them, could get a finish, but I mean, Prates, because Prates is there to be hit, right? I'm not trying to say that Prates can't be hit. He definitely can, and he has been. But we got to see a Leon who's going to come out and put volume out and go first and be aggressive, and we just haven't. And I've seen him quit on himself too many times, man. And like we're saying, Prates will fucking stalk you until your back's on the cage and you've been trying to get out. He cuts people off. Great. Oh my god, what a fucking card. What a fucking card this is. All right, moving up to another phenomenal fight. A guy we just talked about. Sean Brady taking on the undefeated Michael Morales.
Yeah, same division. These guys are absolute studs. Michael Morales is a big dude for this division. Super long reach. He's got a lot of power in his hands. We saw the Gilbert Burns KO in the first, quick coming in the first round, I believe, right? First round KO for Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And then the one before that, Neil Magny, first round, ground and pound KO. Now, before that, he got a little bit lackadaisical, I would say. I think those were very, very um, winnable matchups in the first round. He didn't do it. I'm glad to see him bounce back and start putting it on, guys. Throw a little bit more volume out there. Now, Sean Brady, he's fought all the top guys in the division. Very, very skilled. He's going to look to grapple, get this fight down on the ground, wrestling, pressure, combinations into takedown attempts. That's what he does best. And he's got all kinds of submissions in his bag as well. Very, very skilled fighter. Sick tattoos. The dude's a stud. Only 18-1. Taking on someone in Michael Morales who's 18-0 throughout his career. But Sean Brady's got the UFC experience, and Sean Brady's fought the tougher competition, in my opinion. I looked for Sean Brady to take down Michael Morales, and then from there, we've never seen Michael Morales taken down in the UFC. Right? Some would say, hey, that means like he's got great takedown defense, which is true. But it doesn't necessarily mean he's a great grappler. We've never seen that side of Michael Morales. I would like to see it. It would help us, pick his fights in the future. But in this one, I do believe Sean Brady finds his takedowns. Look for Sean Brady to also find a submission and get the job done on Saturday. We're taking Sean Brady.
Yeah, this was a tough one, guys. If you guys have been on the channel, you guys know how high we are on Morales. I mean, I've been high on this kid for a long time. Love his striking, his takedown defense, all the above. He has one of the funniest memes to come out of the UFC because there's a meme of him in a dress, cross-dressing, whatever it is, Ecuadorian thing. I don't know. And he looks hella flamboyant. And then he goes in there and knocks Gilbert the fuck out in round 1. Okay, so people are saying, look at this guy. And I mean, I know all the masculinity and shit with this sport and stuff, so I think it's hilarious. A dude's going to cross-dress or do whatever and then go out there and just kick the shit out of you. I think that is the funniest thing ever. But this kid can do it all. He really can. Sean Brady is not a dumb fighter, and we see that quite often. Okay, some of these guys, this is why they fight. Not the brightest, not the sharpest tool in the shed. But Sean Brady isn't one of them. He's very cerebral, very strong. He's one of those guys. Some guys can take you down, but they can't hold you down. He can. Great top control. And then he's going to search for a sub. He's constantly working. Obviously, he lost to Bilal, and that's his one loss. But I think that's because he respected Bilal too much, and he's come out and said why he lost and why he think he's lost. Just listen to how he talks, right? This is a massive thing for me. Is I feel like when they can understand why they lost, they can recognize it, walk through it, talk themselves through it, stuff like that. Like, some guys won't do that just because, again, oh, he's crotch sniffing or all this other dumb shit, right? And like Brevin said, we never see Morales on his back a bunch. Like, what is that going to look like? Is he going to be up to his feet really quick? Is he going to search for subs on the bottom? What is he going to do? Because you're on the bottom with Sean Brady. You don't want to be there for very long. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. I think this is another damn close fight. Would I be surprised if Morales knocks him out or wins? No. But Sean Brady's a hell of a son of a bitch to deal with. I think he's on a streak right now. I think he's really putting it all together, man. Stupid close fight. I hate to. Yeah. These are the fights I hate to pick. I like both guys. But yeah, give us Brady.
Yeah, 1,000%. It's hard for us. We love both these fighters. And, if you're betting on this fight, you can look at the Morales first round KO. Like, if that's what happens. I could see it happening. He's got the crazy power. He could do it. Sean Brady has been hit before, and Michael Morales, he's got first round finishes. So I wouldn't mind that bet from a betting perspective. Sean Brady's sub, we don't know what Morales looks like on his back. What if Sean Brady takes his back? Does he have defense? Is he throwing fights? Is he, rigging fights? We don't know, right? But he certainly hasn't rigged any fights up until this point. He's knocking guys out cold. But yeah, should be a crazy good fight nonetheless.
Yeah, you remember when Jake Paul knocked out Tyron Woodley? And
Yes, I do.
People were trying to say that was a thrown fight. I'm like, bro, if you're gonna throw a fight, why the fuck would you go out cold and faceplant?
Yeah, he face planted pretty good. He was out.
Like, there's so much easier ways to do that.
Yeah. All right. Moving up this card, we've got Valentina Shevchenko taking on Zhang Weili for the flyweight belt.
The first of the two super fights to lead this card. God, so good. Zhang Weili leaving the division. And now our girl Mackenzie Dern, champ of that division. I think if Zhang Weili goes down, he'll still dog walk that whole division. Okay? Possible GOAT. And I think if she wins Saturday, I think she's got a damn good argument to be the best ever. Okay? The only problem is she's going up against another girl who is arguably a GOAT. Okay? And which the other girl, obviously the Alexa Grasso trilogy, but the other girl to give Valentina problems was Amanda Nunes, who is, right now, seems to be the unanimous women's GOAT. Right? So this just all over has women's greatness. And I know we shit on women's MMA all the time. It's boring. Don't bet on this one. Over 2.5. This sucks. I shit on it because this is the potential that we have. These two girls are extremely high level. Okay? Zhang Weili, she's kind of funny too. I mean, she's picking up Shaq, picking up Francis Ngannou. Hella strong. Very strong. Great stand-up. Great wrestling. She beat Tatiana after I was sat up here and said how good of a grappler Tatiana was. Weili can do it all, man. Valentina Shevchenko. She does what she needs to win. She needs to take you down to win. She will. Striking on the feet. She's a phenomenal striker. Great speed. Great timing. Great range management. All the above. Zhang Weili. Let me get this correct. Yeah, so right now, this will be her 4th fight in a row for a title, and she's had 7 total. I mean, it's just nothing but 5-round fights, main events, always fighting for a title. That's truly what greatness is. I've been hearing a lot that people say Valentina has slowed down and Zhang Weili is just going to really dominate. And that kind of surprises me. I do think Valentina has slowed down. I don't think it's to the degree that everybody thinks it is. Valentina, to begin with, was ungodly fast. I mean, just watch that clip. There's a clip of her sparring with a guy in her gym, and they're just going leg kick for leg kick. He can't land a single one, and she's hammering him. And they're both going at it fully. Her reflexes are fucking crazy. Her kicking, great. Zhang Weili been knocked out by Rose with a high kick. Who has a phenomenal high kick? Go ask Jessica I. Okay, she's probably still fucking sleeping from when Valentina slumped her. It's like a baseball bat. And then people say, I said it earlier, Zhang's strong as shit. You go up a weight class, it's just different. You can pick up Shaq and Francis all you want. When you got Valentina Shevchenko, who's got great level changes, great timing. Everybody thinks Zhang Weili's going to run away with this. We don't. This is a damn close fight. Same thing with Manon Fiorot. We sat up here and said, Shevchenko can wrestle. She can strike. She's very fast. She is extremely hard to fight. And we think it's a similar story. Damn close fight. Another one. Wouldn't be shocked if it goes the other way. We're taking Valentina Shevchenko. Love Zhang. She's great. Valentina is still very fast. Hard to deal with. Great on the feet. And I think she can time takedowns. Tatiana Suarez was grappling Weili. She cut her knee open really bad, and then she gassed out horribly. I think Valentina can do it. Give us Shevchenko.
Yeah, 1000%. A lot of people in that last fight were taking Manon. We were 2 guys telling you guys Shevchenko's gonna get it done. She's dog money. Hammer Shevchenko. And in this matchup, I see the same thing. She's not dog money in this matchup. Surprisingly, I mean, Zhang champ, Manon wasn't a champ, but a lot of people just thought she was gonna win that fight. But Zhang, so good, so talented. It's just hard to move up weight classes, in this women's division, these women's divisions especially, and outmuscle these girls and really fight the same way that you've been fighting. Like, look at Rose Namajunas, for example. She moved up to this division. She's been kind of struggling. She's had moments. She's had good fights, but, nothing as dominant as when she was down in weight fighting against Zhang Weili in their weight class, right? And so Shevchenko, very, very strong, very fast on the feet. She's going to keep range very well, and that's why we think she's going to get it done.
And I understand, like, the Alexa Grasso choked her out and stuff like that. I feel like that's very similar to the Juliana Pena Amanda Nunes loss. Because these girls are fighting at a high level for so long, for so much, that they just kind of lose that
Some nights
fire.
you just don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't have it sometimes.
And then you get put in a bad spot. You made a mistake. You're in a deep choke, and you're like, fuck this. Like, I've been doing this for so long. Like, it is what it is. All right. We've made it. Boy, we made it. And even talking about it right now is getting me jittery. Brevin's talking about being nervous. When this fight goes off, my palms are going to be clammy. It's just like when Conor Habib fought. I'm shaking for no fucking reason. The new 170 champ, Jack Della Maddalena, takes on the pound for pound best in the world right now, Islam Makhachev, for the 170 belt.
So excited for this one, guys. This is going to be my fight of the year, one that we've been anticipating and waiting on for a very long time. Jack Della, good performance in his last fight against Bilal. Bilal, I'll argue, fought terribly. His IQ was not there. His game plan was not there. He didn't want to wrestle. That's what he's best at. He wanted to go out and show everyone that he was a good boxer against Jack, which He boxed pretty well. I mean, he was hitting Jack. Jack was beat up at the end of that fight. Don't get it twisted. Jack didn't put on a masterclass and never got touched. Like they had a brawl, right? It was a good fight. That was not the right game plan to fight against Jack with. I'm sorry. I just never understood it. We backed Bilal. We got screwed because Bilal wanted to box. I'll tell you one thing, guys. Islam's not looking to box. Islam's going to do Islam things. I mean, these Dagestani wrestlers will go out there and they'll chain wrestle. They'll get you to the ground and then they'll look to submit you or land ground and pound. That's what they do, right? Or control you on the ground. And I love Islam. I think he's well coached. He has been destined for this his whole life. I think he's very, very smart. And guess what? The Russian discovered creatine. It's like a caveman, right? That never really understood how to hunt properly. He was just hunting with his hands. And then he found a weapon. He's like, oh, I can kill. Islam found creatine. Wow, the dude's going to be an absolute unit. And if you've seen pictures of him recently, he's yoked. He's absolutely yoked. He said he feels the best he's ever felt. And then, JP, earlier you were talking about, sometimes I just listen to these guys talk, right? And that kind of tells me everything I need to know. Saw a recent interview with Jack Della. They were talking about the fight, what he was expecting. And he said one thing that stood out to me. And he said the words, "I'm excited to test myself against one of the best in the world." Now, some would look at that and be like, hey, I don't really, take anything away from that. He's excited to test himself. I don't like that talk track. I don't like the fact that you're saying, hey, I'm going to test myself. Like, I'm looking forward to this test. To me, it doesn't scream confidence, and it kind of gives him a way out, in all honesty. He's trying to put Islam over and say, yeah, Islam's pound for pound number one. Islam's this. But from a confidence standpoint, you can't go into a fight thinking like, hey, this is going to be a really tough test for me. I want you to have that confidence because I can guarantee if they ask Islam that same question, he'll say, yeah, good fighter, but I know what I'm capable of doing. And I'm going to go out there and do it. That's how he answers those things, right? It's a confidence, and it's a level of I know what I'm looking to do instead of I can't wait to go out there and test myself against the best in the world. We're picking Islam Makhachev. I look for him to go out there, implement a game plan, take Jack down early, often, tire him out. He's not going to stand on the feet with him for very long. And if he does, I mean, look for him to sit there and land punches of his own. Jack gets hit. Jack's a great boxer. Don't get it twisted. But Islam can hit Jack. Look for him to turn those punches into takedowns. And then once it's on the ground, sure, Jack may have these famous whatever answers for the Dagestani wrestler. Get out of here. I mean, Bilal even said himself in training sessions when he was training with Islam was having a field day with him, ragdolling Bilal. I can see that. Islam's a monster, and especially now on the creatine upper division. I can't wait to see this version of Islam. Give us Islam Makhachev.
What a fight. What a fight. This is what you live for. All right. When you're fans of this, whether you're a casual or you're a diehard, this is what you live to see. This is why you stay up till 10:30, midnight, whatever it is. East Coast midnight. You're watching these two dudes beat the shit out of each other. Don't get it twisted. Okay? We still like Jack Della. I like Jack Della a lot. Okay? I'm probably higher on him than Brevin is. Okay? I just have been. Just because when we first started watching this sport, Brevin was more of the, hey, I'm going to ragdoll you, beat the shit out of you. And I was more of the, oh, let's just stand up and knock people out. Right? But it's mixed martial arts. It's the best of both worlds. Jack Della, yes, he's working with Craig Jones. Phenomenal. I mean, he never accepts being on bottom. That's what we ask for all the fucking time. As soon as his back and his butt hits the ground, trying to hip escape, he's moving. He's pushing on the head. He's butterfly hooks, feet on the hips. Something. Do fucking something. He does, and he won't accept it. And then on the feet, phenomenal combinations. Body, body, head, head, body, knee. Great combinations. I mean, he is a great fighter. That is why he is the champ now. Some of you Aussie fans are just the worst. I mean, I'm just going to say it. Just horrible. If you're not spitting on it, jumping on it, and doing tricks on it for Jack Della, then you just are the worst person ever, apparently. Jesus Christ. God forbid. My Lord. With that being said, yeah, Bilal had a fucking atrocious game plan. Bilal shot once in the first 2 rounds. Got stuffed. From then on, tried to get takedowns by just grabbing him, not shooting. and then didn't shoot again until the 5th. Again, we're going to go out there and box somebody who everybody knows, including yourself, is a better boxer. How stupid are we? How stupid are we? It's a dumbass game plan. Jack Della did exactly what he should have. Beat the shit out of him. Good. Halfway through that fight, I was like, please do. Please knock him out. Okay? Islam, again, is another guy. I think I'm good at wrestling. I can wrestle very well at an extremely high level. Just because you stuff 1 or 2 or 3 takedowns doesn't mean I'm going to stop. Get your wrestling off. Go tell Marab, hey, I stuffed 2 of your takedowns. Okay. You're going to have to stuff 40 more. Just because you stuff 1 doesn't mean I'm going to go away from it. That shit's stupid. It's stupid. It makes absolutely no sense. Okay? Islam will continue to wrestle. Islam can strike a little bit. Is he going to stand on the feet the whole time? No. And if he does, he's an idiot. He's a caveman and he's an idiot. Okay? But he's not going to. Jack Della is not this dude who can't be taken down. He can. All the time. It's his get-up ability, which makes him so appealing to everybody who hates these grapplers. Okay? But he can be taken down. Right? He can be hit. He's not this master at range management never touched in his life. He can be hit. If he wins this fight, yeah, he's a damn good fucking fighter. And we're going to have to put a lot of respect on his name. I do have a lot of respect for his name. Islam is the pound for pound #1 right now. The best right now. I feel like you got to take him. You got to back him. You got to watch Jack Della stuff the grappling and get up all 25 minutes. Because Islam's not going to shoot once, get it stuffed, not shoot again for another 15 minutes. Damn close fight. Extremely good fight. We're taking Islam just because we're not jumping on it, spitting on it, doing tricks on it. I'll say that joke 24/7 because you Aussie fans, Jesus Christ. I mean, you guys, the rage bait really works with you. Jesus Christ. Yeah, give us Islam Makhachev.
We're going to have a field day on TikTok this week.
It was the original, 100%. The original TikTok. That
the original TikTok
went nuts and fucking hey, man, you guys are.
Should I use that line? I'm gonna use that line.
Do it.
All right, I'm gonna use that line. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for the card. It doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. We have your free show parlays coming your way, and for that deserves a sub, guys. Make sure to smack that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment on the video who you guys got. We got your free show parlays, starting with Lock Door, MMA's lock of the night. JP, who are we locking up?
Who are we locking? Did you guys guess it? Do you know? Well, we talked about it earlier. Okay? And we said we like one guy striking a lot. We don't like the other guy striking. And we think he's flat-footed. And one dude's just got that touch. We're taking Malcolm Wellmaker to knock out Cody Haddon. Okay, Cody can grapple, yes. Malcolm's not a slouch in grappling, and he just has that touch. He really does. I'm not going to lie, guys. It was kind of a tough one, okay? We have a lot of confidence in Wellmaker. This whole main card, good luck, okay?
Yeah.
Good luck. If we go 0-5 for the main card, it is what it is, because this is the best fucking card of the year. Phenomenal fights. I mean, it's... Give us Malcolm Wellmaker. KO.
1000%. All right, and for my Brevin's basic, let's start with Malcolm Wellmaker, the lock. We got to include him in there. Second fighter, Basangar Susurkaev. That's better. And then for the third leg of the basic, give us the pound for pound #1, Islam Makhachev, to get it done over Jack Della.
Oh my God. And I'm going to be watching this with my sisters who just did not care less about fighting. And it's just going to, I'm going to be going nuts. All right. Juicer time. And you guys know, the only reason we don't hit juicers is because they're rigging fucking fights. I mean, how are you gonna tell me no? You know what I mean? I mean, they're hitting him with a car. That was probably staged by the mafia. Okay? The ref stopping the fight and starting again. That was rigged. What are we talking about? Blatant as day. Okay? But we're still gonna freaking hit one because it's juiced, baby. Sit down, shut up. Let's do it. First one, Sean Brady. Damn close fight. Think he edges it out. Great line. Sean Brady. Throw him in there. Next one, Carlos Prates. Smoking cigarettes. I drink. I smoke cigarettes. Does not matter. He's disgusting. Leon Edwards. He's a quitter. Is he a spitter? Who knows? But he's a quitter. That's for sure. Next one, RoboCop. Big boy. Okay, Kopylov. Very sporadic. Moves a little too much. I think RoboCop is going to lay the wood on Kopylov. Okay. Next one, Kyle Daukaus. We're throwing Mr. Daukaus in there. Does he win? I think so. Does he make him shit his pants? I hope so. Okay. Don't be an idiot. You got re-signed to the UFC. Go on a little run here. Kyle Daukaus. Fatima, Kline, massive favorite over Angela Hill. Do I like the line? No. Is it good for the juicer? Yes. And we think she wins. Okay. And then Angela, like I said, no disrespect, love to talk aliens. All right. Very excited about that. And the final one, the lock, Malcolm Wellmaker. And we didn't even say how good his line is, minus 162. Okay. That's also why we wanted to lock him. His line is phenomenal right now. I think after he puts out Haddon, making money on the first round KO is no more. But this weekend it is 6 legs plus 921. What fights are they rigging this weekend? Okay. Which one is it going to be? Make your pick. You got 14 of them.
Let us know. Should be the best card of the year, at least on paper, guys. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, rack up our betting bill on the lock. Now that you know it's Malcolm freaking Wellmaker, we appreciate you guys as always, and we hope that you enjoy this weekend's card. And with that, JP, I'll hand it over to you.
Hey guys, no, it's a longer video. Okay, we appreciate y'all sticking around. We had to. I mean, great card, and the little timestamps are there for a reason. You just skip forward, see who you want to talk about. God, what a card! And the rest of November. I mean, let's double check this real quick before we go. You got Saryukian and Hooker. I mean, Bilal and Ian Gary co-main on that one. Another guy we talked about a lot. 323. Marab is back. Come on, guys, to close out the year. And we're almost there. Okay, almost there to where we do not have to pay for pay-per-views anymore. Paramount Plus, baby. Man, what an event. What an event. Like Brevin said, like the video. Okay, help your boys out with the algorithm. Since the algorithm wants to maybe throw a couple things in the wrenches, who knows what the algorithm's doing. All right, but it's being a little bastard, and we're going to get that little bastard. All right, another weekend, another set of fights. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Hey.